were talking about the separations of the body. 1, 2, 3, stomach, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Completely asleep, completely awake. Let's go specifically to the energies themselves and see what happens. Remember that humans can live based and focus from within every one of those energies, and in the journey to ascend, you can only look down and access the energies from within downwards, not up. Right? You get to a point, and then you have to try and continue to ascend through exercise and experience, right? But well, number 1, down there, babies. And I say babies, the energy is all about eating and sleeping. Eating and sleeping, that's it. And people who are focused from within that energy or that part of the body just eat and sleep, that's it. They're completely asleep, and they're based on their basic survival, that's it. They sleep to recover energy, they eat to get more energy, basically, that's it. And there are a lot of people around just living from within that part of the body. 2, Tantian, what the Chinese call Tantian, which is 3 fingers under your belly button. That's all about pleasure, and some say basically if you're focused from within that part of the body and no one else, no other part beyond, your life is all about pleasures. You link to number 1 and eat, but you eat from within, focus from within that energy, and it has to do with pleasures, and it's all about sex and drugs and rock and roll, right? That's it. And people who live based from that energy and focus from that part of the body will strive for pleasure and will find pleasure in anything they do and everything they do, and if they don't do it, it's because nothing's happening at that level, right? 3, stomach. This is really interesting because this is about money and security. People focused from within that part. It's all about money and security, and unfortunately, it's also about fear, and that's why the money and the security, right? The people who you see a lot of people in the business world are like that. A lot of people in the business world over 45, you can see them. Their bodies have grown really thick here, right? And the rest of the body seems to be okay, but all the energy is down here. They tend to accumulate. They're like squirrels, right? They accumulate money in the bank, in different bank accounts, and in vaults, and they accumulate food in cellars and in fridges, and it's all about fear of death, basically, fear to perish, fear to not exist anymore. What has happened basically is that they've gone through the basic survival, which is sleep and eat. They've gone up, understood what pleasure is in the world, and then they've become afraid. So they keep moving up, and they focus, and it's really interesting because these are all parts of the journey that you have to go through. You have to go through every part to ascend. You can't jump from one to the other. So everybody has gone through, or everybody who has become enlightened has gone through that. The thing is, what do you do with it? People live their whole lives basing their energy in the stomach, right? And that chakra, if you want, that part of the body, and all their life is about money, accumulating a lot of stuff that is material, and that goes to their survival, and it's all about fear. And as a matter of fact, think about this: when you're afraid, when you're really afraid of something, or when you get a fright, or when, I don't know, going back home and it's nighttime and you start to deal with all the imaginary demons of what could happen, what happens? It's all here. It's all in the stomach, right? The butterflies, the different energies that start moving around the body. It's all focused in the stomach. So that part of the body is it's actually you're just halfway through, or a bit before that, and there's a big jump from number 3 to number 4, right? But it's funny. Yesterday I was sitting in the park somewhere else, and I saw this woman come up, and it was so interesting because I was thinking about this, and as always, life just gives me the movie to see about what I'm thinking or whatever. But this woman comes up, and she has this. Her body is shaped as a pear. It's really thin, or normal up here, but as it goes down, it opens up, and she has this huge hip, and she's a bit fat, but she's really wide, and it's strange because she doesn't seem to have any problem with the thyroid, or sometimes you see people who are in a completely different state, and talk about illnesses in a different clip, but they give the body something which is not of the body, and then they live with this illness the whole life. But it wasn't that. She came into the park and sat down with a huge bag, took out a book this size, opened it up halfway through, and put glasses on, or spectacles, and started reading desperately, right? And out of the bag came, I think, 2 or 3 muffins and a coffee she had on the other side, and fruit, and different kinds of foods, and chocolate, and it wasn't that, because I love muffins, but or it's not about the muffin. It's the energy of how she was acting within her life. It was so interesting. She was devouring stuff and devouring this book, and at the same time she had these thick glasses, so she was blind, she couldn't see, and this book was this thick. So who picks a book that thick out of a shelf, right? Someone who doesn't want to look outside, right? Get into that and disappear from the world outside. But it was all about the pleasures, the energies with the pleasures and the material stuff, and fear and security.